కవిత గారు ఒకసారి చూడండి మన
Hey everyone, thank you for joining in. We'll be starting shortly, just waiting for a few more attendees to join the room. Please get settled and stay tuned. We'll begin this AI powered webinar in just a minute. We are all excited to have you here for this transformative session. Please be on the live. Hi everyone, the webinar will begin shortly, and I would like to inform, like, if you have any questions related with finance career or AI in finance, Please do put up your questions in the chat box. Our speakers will be answering the questions as soon as the webinar begins. And would also like to inform, you can please send this webinar link to your friends group, others, if you know anyone in this BCom field and anyone, so that they will also grab the opportunity of learning a lot of AI in finance career related questions. Please, you can share this information with your friends as well. And webinar will begin in just 2 to 3 minutes. Hi, Samukta and Tejashwini. I can see the questions keep coming related with USCMA involves AI topics as well. And uh, AI, how can I combine EA knowledge with AI to boost my professional credentials? I request you all to put your questions in the Q&A box so that all these questions are being lined up and definitely our speakers would answer. Please, I request everyone to put up your questions on the Q&A box instead of chat. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this AI Pod webinar, a session that marks a new era for global accounting careers. Today isn't just another webinar, it's a glimpse into how AI is reshaping finance and how you can stay ahead of the curve. We are thrilled to have hundreds of learners, professionals, and future ready accountants with us today. Your presence shows that you are serious about upgrading your skills and preparing for the AI driven future of accounting and finance. And to guide us through this journey, we have with us the AI faculty titans of Simandar Education, starting with our Shripal Jain, co-founder of Simandar Education, CA, CPA himself, and a two-time 40 under 40 awardee, known for mentoring thousands of CPA, CMA, and EA aspirants. And also joining us is Sabitra Pandey, sir, Senior AI and Analytics Specialist with deep expertise in generative AI automation and real-world AI implementation and finance team. Let's give them a warm welcome as we begin this transformative session. And I would like to hand over the session to Shripal, sir. Over to you, Shripal, sir.
Hi, Avashya. Am I audible, everyone, especially in the chat window to attendees? I hope you are able to hear me loud and clear. Okay, hi Swapna, hi Jillian, hi Savannah. I have seen a lot of questions on the chat window, a lot about AI and all, and how it kind of will disrupt a lot of the careers. And before I talk about AI, it is very important that your basic should not go off. So your first primary dharma, or I would say the quality, is to get the basic qualifications, which is CPA, CMA, EA, or any of these qualification, and then kind of put that AI flavor on that. So I think that would be the way we would kind of run this entire thing, right? Because your basic courses which are there, the professional qualifications will not go off, and that is definitely a mandate for sure. So, like I said in previous sessions, also, we have not seen any BCom professional going to the leadership level without a professional qualification. So, professional qualification is very, very important. I think that is the most critical thing. People are telling that I'm not audible. What about others? Is my voice audible to everyone? Yes. Okay. Okay. Perfect. I think some of them were telling that they're not able to hear. Okay. So, so I think so. I'll straight away kind of go into the comparisons before we talk about the AI stuff. The agenda would be to kind of show you some of the courses and the certifications which are very important for PCOM professionals along with AI. I know that Samundar have recently kind of launched the AI course along with data analytics because we thought that AI is definitely one of the element, but even analytics is also very, very crucial. My friend Sabitra, anyways, will talk about the AI topics and what all we have covered in data analytics and artificial intelligence course and the tools, and that are very, very critical. There is no doubt about it. But beyond that, for people who are not aware about these professional qualifications, I would take 5 to 10 minutes to kind of give a brief about what these qualifications are and how are they different. Okay. Are we all in for these qualifications, everyone? Yes, guys. Can so you want first AI or first qualification? How many of them are for qualifications first and AI second? Okay, let's see. Yes, guys, AI first or qualification? A lot of them in for AI. So I'll not take much. First, I'll talk about qualification. I'll just take 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll hand it over to our AI, I would say, which is the course which we'll talking about. Okay. So these are some of the certifications, guys. I'll just take 10 minutes to explain this. So we have different certifications at Samandar. We have CPA, we have CMA, we have EA, we have CIA, and we have ACCA. Now, for a BCom professional, which is the best course? This is something someone should understand and what suits me more. If I'm a working professional, what suits me more? And if I am a full-time student, what suits me more? Okay, so if you're a BCom, right? So we have CPA, like we have in India, chartered accountants. US chartered accountants are basically known as CPAs. Like we have in India, cost management accountants. US cost management accountants are certified management accountants. Like we have in India, tax return preparers. US tax return preparers are known as enroll agent. Like we have in India, chartered accountants, UK chartered accountants are known as ACCAs. Now, like we have in India, internal auditors, US internal auditors are basically certified internal auditors. So these are the courses. Now, sir, which is the best qualification for me depends on where you want to move into. If you want to move into audit, tax, or advisory, then CPA is the best qualification. If you want to move into FP&A, analytics, financial planning, and all those stuff, more into management accounting, more into reporting, then CMA is the best qualification. If you want to grow into big fours in the US tax domain, if you want to open your own firm, become an entrepreneur, set up your own firm, or work in a big four, then enroll agent is that qualification. If you want to work in UK, Europe, and all, then ACCA is one of the best codes what we have. But again, like I said, in India, the opportunities are currently limited for ACCA. But yes, along with pursuing BCom and all people who haven't completed BCom, then ACCA is best, right? So these and people who are passionate about internal audit in big fours who want to move into risk advisory, then CIA is better. Okay. Now, sir, can a BCom do a CPA? 110%. Yes. There are a lot of graduate students who have done CPA and we have placed them at 10.5 to 12 lakhs packages. There are a lot of people who have done BCom and have done USCMA certification with Samandar. There are a lot of people who are BCom or pursuing BCom who have done enroll agent. So BCom can definitely do any of these qualifications. Now, exactly like I said, where your interest is. If you want to get into Big Fours in audit and tax or advisory, then that is what CPA is. Okay. Now, these are the career opportunities. Normally, the salary for a CPA ranges to 12 lakhs per annum. CMA goes for 6 to 8 lakhs. Enroll agent is also 6 to 8 lakhs. Some of the times even 5.5 also, but 6 to 8 lakh as an average. CIE again 5 to 7 lakhs. ACCA 5 to 7 lakhs. So this is the starting salary of these qualifications. Now, sir, CPA can get completed in less than a year. It's just 8 to 12 months is what CPA takes. CMA takes 6 to 8 months. Enroll agent 3 to 6 months. So all these courses, guys, can be completed in very, very less period of time. Within less than a year, you can complete. Now, see this Indian accounting exams like chartered accountancy and all those stuff normally take 3 to 4 years, and then also the pass percentage, no one is sure. There are a lot of people failing in CA itself. So if you see the pass rate of CA is 15%, so out of 100 people, 85 people fail the exam. Now here, if you see that the pass percentage for all these global certifications is definitely around 60 to 70%. Okay. So this is one of the biggest stuff. Now, sir, why is these qualifications getting popularity? Right? Why is in India, why are they hiring in India itself for these qualifications? Now, what have happened, guys, is in the US, UK, Europe, and Australia, there are a lot of talent shortages. Most of the accounting professionals are getting retired there. India is the only population which is currently pretty young, right? They are in the age of 25 to 30. And that's why a lot of these companies are opening their locations here in India, which is known as GCC, Global Capability Center. These GCCs basically are hiring these talent with these credentials. So these are global US based companies, UK based companies who are coming in India, setting up their shops, and that's why they need this qualification. And that's the reason they are hiring all these certifications. And this is why you're seeing so many job placements happening at Samandar. So you might have seen our Insta 25 placements series which we ran non-stop. We have been placing students, and also now what's happening is students are tired. मतलब sir job तो हमको पता ही है मिलने वाला है. Samandar will place us. Now one interesting thing what I'm seeing from my student community is lot of them want to set up their own firm also. How many of them are here कि यार अपने को खुद को कुछ खोलना है? मतलब CPA और EA के बाद I want to open up my own practice, which is a tech driven, which has AI in it, which is more forward oriented and all. How many of them are like that who want to set up their own practice or set up their own startup, right? Yes, we have one. Okay, two. Yes, so Ravi, Vishal. So yes, so there are Tejaswini, Savana. So the best thing about this is you can be a freelancer, you can do work from home. Lot of these things are there in this qualification. Sir, which qualification have where you can open your own firm? Which qualification gives you that skill set? Any guesses, guys? Among this 5, 6 qualification, which qualifications give you the ability to set up your own firm? Any guesses, anyone? CPA definitely, for sure. CIA, no, Seshadri, because you don't have an internal audit practice, because you don't need a signature mandatory. Yes, CPA and EA, these are the two global certifications where you can set up your own practice. You can go into entrepreneurship. You can file the tax returns of the US. US का काम India पे ला सकते हो. A lot of the US tax work. A lot of my alumni have opened their own firm now. And you might have seen Vritti Shah, her practice is almost in crores. I don't want to disclose the number. She have hired almost 85 people in her practice. If you can see on LinkedIn, Vritti Shah, CPA, you can just imagine what is happening, right? So you can do this qualification, work in the firm for 2, 3 years, then set up your own practice is what I say. Now with AI, you can open your own things also. And I'll tell you how AI is being used to bring the clients, to get the client, to get the network and all. There are a lot of tools which we'll be talking about. So see, everything is AI based now. So everywhere the content is there. But how do we use AI for our own advantage? That is very, very important, guys. And that's what we will be discussing today in these qualifications. End of the day, we want that kuch return aaye wahan se, right? So something should come for us. And that's what is very important. It's not about a certification, but there has to be an ROI, there has to be some benefit, there has to be a practical application of that. Just certification dal ke LinkedIn pe, oh, I am certified, will not give you that satisfaction till you don't apply that. Yes or no, everyone? Because you need application of AI. मतलब आपको केस लॉस देखने हैं कि भाई सही में AI is getting applied or not, or if this is just a another bubble, right? So we want to show you how case laws are being applied, how you can use AI for in LinkedIn and content marketing, and how to get the clients, right? How you can use it in audit workflow, how you can use it in tax workflow, how some of the documentations, how some of the research about the business can be automated with AI and all, right? So that's the reason why we brought a certificate only. Previously we used to have AI course. Now because on the board of advisory we have, so you know who all have come on the board of advisory, anyone, any cases, who all are following Samandar Education, you might have seen some 4 top industry people have joined our board of advisory. Any guesses who are those top 4 people? And the next week webinar we would definitely want to kind of have them also. If it have, I don't know if you have been tracking Samandar Education, there are 4 top people who have kind of come on our I would say board of advisory, and that's where we are kind of building each and everything, right? So if you can see this, I don't know how many of them are able to see the screen currently on the website. Confirm me, guys, if you are able to see everyone. Yes, I saw one from NASBA but forgot it, Padma. I think you were very close. We have NASBA's president itself. He have just retired, guys, and he have joined our board of advisory. So you can imagine in CPA what we would be, because evaluation, eligibility, there are a lot of headaches in CPA. It is not like CMA EA, guys, where you just come and register. In CPA, eligibility is a big headache. And most of the firms in the US, if you want to get the US work to India, they see CPA and EA as mandate. Even if you do EA later, you will have to do CPA, because CPA is the end of the day, right? It's one of the top qualifications today we have in the world, right? So Ken Bishop, who's the past president and CEO at NASBA, have joined our board of advisory. Then second, we have Reliance CFO Rajneesh Jain, who reports to Mukesh Bhai, right? So he have joined our board of advisory. Then third, we have the CFO of Adobe, Raghuram. And then we have Amrita, who's the Infosys technical vice president, who reports directly on the annual report. You will see as the board of directors. So one of the top people of Infosys. And currently, Infosys is hiring a lot of our CPAs and CMAs. You will see a lot of the LinkedIn posts coming up. I got a job at Infosys and all. Anyways, every day you're seeing Cisco and all who all are following us on Instagram. I've been running a Brains Behind Billions podcast where I'm having EY leaders. We have the KPMG youngest partner at 28 years of age. These are the podcasts which we are running. So we are so highly connected with corporates, because end of the day, everyone wants a job. Everyone wants to ensure, is Samandar in a position to place me after doing this qualification? How many of them have such kind of curiosity here in the chat group? कि यार समंदर ये कर सकता है या नहीं? Anyone here on the chat window, like who were having these doubts before the session, yeah, does Samandar has that abilities or not? I don't think so. I need to tell you who all are on the board and what are the Brains Behind Billions podcast which we are conducting, and the relationship which we enjoy with all the CFOs and all. I think you can understand how easy it is to place the students. But end of the day, it's not about the placement. Like I said, we are trying to build up our own startup incubation center. It's just that after 2 3 years of the job, most of my alumni are telling, I wanted to set up my own, bring that work to India. I want to open my own office. I want to go grow in international practice and all. So I think that's where I thought that this is something which we should take as an initiative, right? So that's why I brought all these corporate leaders, so that, and especially you can just imagine NASBA president coming in, how many US based firms we would be kind of covering up. Even on YouTube, if you can see, there are so many CFOs talking about Samandar. You just go on YouTube on the main side, you'll be seeing all the CFOs which we are connected. The reason is not that to kind of have them on the board, but also to strengthen our placement, our corporate relations team, how we can ensure that we can place each and everyone. Now, sir, is job everything? 100% yes, because we need exposure. And what I've done is, even people who are pursuing CPA, CMA, EA, for them also now we are opening up internships. You might have seen on LinkedIn, a lot of them are writing that I got placed as an intern and all. So why am I doing that? Because what's happening with AI is, सिर्फ कोर्स करना is not really the solution. Are you getting everyone? Is everyone following me? Please listen this next line very very carefully. Just कोर्स करना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. They need some experience. मतलब 3 महीने का 4 महीने का. They just don't want people who have just done the qualification and coming to me. They do not want these people at all, because what is the difference between an AI tool and just between you just have a qualification but you don't have any work exposure. This is one of the reason why we brought the AI certification, where we teach you data analytics, Microsoft Excel and all those stuff, right? Apart from that, it is very important you know how to kind of file the US tax returns, how to kind of work on the softwares and all. And that's the reason there is an upskill column on our website known as Practical US Tax Course. So here we are helping you to file, to know about the software, to how to file the tax returns and all. So first is definitely the tech skill. Second is you should know the software also, guys. AI तो is secondary. Guys, you tell me first AI or first software? पहले आपको सॉफ्टवेयर का नॉलेज रहना चाहिए या एआई आ जाएगा? एआई से करोगे क्या? मतलब what will you do with AI till you don't know how to file the tax return itself on software? So how will you automate tax prep or tax review till you don't know what the software is? So this practical US tax program is actually being done by the CPA firm called as Oramus. So they kind of helps you in filing the tax returns, knowing practically how you can do the tax returns, and then you get a certificate also, and that becomes very very handy, because then you know how to talk to the US people, how to bring that work and all. And every month they have a Q&A session and a doubt solving sessions also in the put course. We are signed up with Oramus. They just got the private equity. Matlab, there's a one big investor who have invested in that CPA firm. So you'd love to kind of go into these upskill courses, because these are now very very important along with AI. And people who are into US tax, I think this is one of the highly recommended course which I would recommend, right? So this is something which I wanted to talk about. Okay, now we talk about again the comparison. So what are the updates which have come in CPA CMA, sir? Nothing, guys. What is there in 2026? It remains the same. Only 4 sections in CPS, char book. If you can see that, we follow the Becker study material, right? So you can see that. Is everyone able to see the screen? So this is a study material of Becker, which we technically follow. So we are one of the exclusive partner of Becker. This is what differentiates us from all other institutes in India, and that's one of the reason why we have 6 world toppers, because we use Becker as a study material, which is one of the top prep provider. मतलब CPA CMA exams में they have been there in the market since 75 years. So most of the questions come from Becker directly, right? So that's why we prefer the Becker study material and we follow the Becker study material. Okay, and there is a saying, guys, out of 100 people, 95 people pass through Becker only. In Wikipedia you can search about that. So we have one of the finest materials. You can see that CPA has 4 papers, CMA has 2 papers, that's all. EA has only 1 paper, guys. Sirf 1 book and you're done with Enroll Agent. And I don't know why people are not kind of taking the decisions faster with this qualification. 2 to 4 papers and you're earning like heavily. And one more important thing is to get into the entrepreneurship also, right? So if you can see that this is how the composition is. You have the US accounting, US tax, FAR audit reg, and then you have a discipline. Out of these 3 you can select anyone. In CMA you have 2 parts, part 1, part 2, 2 subjects. And in EA you have 3 parts: individual taxation, corporate taxation, and then you have representations. And if you can see that the material which we follow is Becker, which is one of the top prep material actually in the world, not just in India. Okay, cool. So I will take a pause here and I'll give it to Sabitra for some of the AIPs, and then we'll come back to this professional certifications also. And Sabitra, over to you. What all we are covering up in the our new certified AI accounting ready program, right? Which we have launched it. Sabitra would kind of take it up. So before Sabitra take it up, everyone, Sabitra have been the ex-Standard Chartered Analytics leader. He's a IIT, he's a IIM, right? I've been joined by Sabitra, by Kapil, and by Shruti. Kapil and Shruti works with Microsoft in the OpenAI team. And Sabitra here is currently having his own Byte IQ, which is Sabitra would kind of introduce more about his own startup, which has been working on the AI, machine learning and all. But yeah, Sabitra, over to you guys. And I'll keep answering in the Q&A window, guys, meanwhile, as and when Sabitra is kind of explaining this. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Shripal. Hope I am loud and clear, guys. Am I audible? Okay, fine. So yeah, as Shipal mentioned, it's been almost close to 2 decades for me now in purely in the field of data and AI, and been an entrepreneur for about 6 years. So I've been associated with Samandar for a long time now, and I mean, coming from a BFSI background myself, where I was there in Goldman Sachs and maybe then moved to Standard Chartered, it does give me a perspective of how AI is kind of changing the world, right? So, I mean, mostly people who kind of hear AI today, they would directly associate it with ChatGPT. Now, that's a very short sighted way of defining AI, right? And we cannot blame them because generative AI or ChatGPT has been a game changer, but that has happened in the last 2.5 years. There was AI before that as well, right? But it will be completely wrong if I say that AI is not impacting any of these financial domains or the way we are working. It had started doing it maybe a decade back as well when I was there. So today maybe I'll quickly walk you through few statistics, and I want it to be very kind of conversational from both sides, right? I mean, so you can stop me and ask questions. I would be asking you a few questions so that way we can keep it more engaging. So let me share my screen and kind of walk you through few statistics that I mean, it's both exciting and scary at the same time. So let me kind of quickly share my screen. Okay, sorry. So please let me know once you can see my screen. So we are going to talk about CAAP, which is a Certified AI Accounting Professional, right? Before I even go there, I want to kind of give you some hard statistic, right? In the literal sense, it is pretty hard to know that your traditional accounting and payroll management, right? The World Economic Forum calls that as the seventh fastest declining job, right? Which means traditional roles are sinking, right? Solvania automation report clearly says that AI is 85 times faster than you and makes 90% fewer mistakes. So for someone like me who would require a resource, or let's say require a financial resource to work for me, I would definitely want that guy to be AI enabled rather than completely traditional, right? Because he can do things faster at a less error rate, right? Goldman Sachs has released a report which says that almost 44%, and it will increase, which means you can expect almost 50% of your job to be automated by AI, right? Accounts IQ clearly says that 60+% finance departments, right, are automating manual tasks now. Now imagine someone who has no knowledge of AI and he gets into one of such roles. He will start feeling obsolete from day one, right? Now, maybe last but not the least, right? So you will see that whatever traditional knowledge that you have today is definitely going to help you, because I mean it's your core. But how you execute it is going to change, right? So when I talk about traditional knowledge, if I talk about a layman, he knows that 2 plus 2 is 4, right? But you do not expect him to always make those calculations on pen and paper, right? The way we execute and the way we get it is going to differ. So also for financial professionals, right? So I have already covered this deck. Now, where is our leverage, right? So as financial professionals, you are very familiar with the word leverage, right? So let me bring leverage from a statistics point of view. So Gartner 2024 report talks about the CFO mandate, right? Which says 80% of CFOs have set their sight on AI-driven automation for financial reporting and planning. So 80% is huge, but what's the downside? The capability of people to execute that does not exist, right? So only 15% or a very small fraction of the finance team currently have the ability to do what your CFO envisages. So there's a huge gap. Sorry. And that gap is your leverage. So this is the gap through which AI trained finance professionals can make their mark, right? So now if I ask a very simple question, how many of you actually think what are the things that I can learn from AI? So let's set your traditional finance knowledge aside. I'm not coming into that. That's what Shripal and all will teach you. But if I ask you, what are the top 3 things that comes to your mind when I talk about how AI is going to reshape everything? What are the top 3 things that comes to your mind that I should learn these, this, and this? Maybe then I'll be good. So I would like to see what people are answering. Okay, some people are saying that to do reconciliation using AI, automation, okay, rectification of errors, okay. Reconciliation is a very right word, automation is correct. So bookkeeping using AI, yes. So here I would like to kind of tell you that, okay, your bookkeeping, your tax filing, so your process will not change, but the way you execute it will change, which means you will, I'll give you a very simple example. You will not sit down and make manual entries. AI will do it for you, right? Your job would be done, right? And yeah, I think Padmavati is mentioning manual work will reduce, and that is the core of AI, right? So the core of AI is not just automation, but intelligent automation, right? So let's see how else we can think of, right? Let's go to the next slide. This is something we have discussed, that Goldman Sachs is saying almost 44% of your work will get automated, right? And maybe with time it will increase to 50%, right? So imagine you're given X amount of work and I can do it in 4 hours, whereas a traditional accountant will take 8 hours. So who do you think will survive longer in the organization, or will you get a bigger bonus, right? So like, yeah, so it's all very simple, right? I am upskilling or I am not upskilling, right? The decision is completely mine. But you know what, market statistics begs to differ, right? This is a traditional accountant, or I can call it a base accountant who doesn't upskill. Well and good. But your tech enabled accountants, right, will get a 30% premium in the job market, right? Which means your starting salaries tend to be higher by 20 to 30%. This is coming from a Robert Hayes, Half and Hayes report of 2024, right? And by finance professional having advanced skills. The advanced skills are not limited to SQL, Python, Power BI, or maybe AI literacy. It's a whole combination of things, because you, all of you might have a different requirement. Somebody could just be satisfied with doing visualization or analytics on Power BI. Somebody might require a bit of generative AI, right? So all of your requirement might differ, but you, at the end of the day, you have to be AI enabled, right? And that is where you can command this premium, right? So any questions before we move on? Okay. Now you'd be curious, okay, now I understand AI is non-negotiable even for finance professionals, but how do I even learn that, right? Because there are too many things, right? I cannot be a master of everything, right? But I should prioritize what I need to learn, right? So the next question should be, what do I learn, right? So again, it depends on what your key area of focus is, or what you want, or what you like. But what I think we have designed in CAAP is a very well balanced program that takes care of all the nuances that is possible, right? Again, we cannot make you an expert in X number of hours, but again, being part of a certified, mentored, and well directed program makes a lot of difference, right? You, and see, nobody is stopping you from going and searching YouTube. Thing is, whatever I can learn in half an hour in a mentored, guided, and certified training program might take me 3 days on YouTube. And if I have a doubt, nobody from YouTube will come and solve that for me, right? It's pretty obvious, right? So what are the things that I might plan to learn? That's the next question, right? But before that, let us understand, right? Somebody is asking finance, which AI tools will be trained? Oh, we will talk about the tools in the next slide, right? Would you really believe that we spoke to multiple large CPA firms, right, which have started investing in Gen AI? What was the key pain point that was coming out, right? They cannot measure impact. Why? Because what is happening, I have the tools in my organizations, but my people are not skilled to use them. Tomorrow, let's take an example. Tomorrow you happen to go into one of the big fours and they have a generative AI tool, but you have absolutely no idea of how to use that, right? So that will be a lot of that will cause something called techno stress, right? That is the right word, techno stress. So you will all be under a lot of stress, and that's called techno stress. Inconsistent usage, again, you do not know how to use it, so you do not care for the guardrails, the concerns for quality and quality control, right? Next, client knows that this is a work which maybe somebody who uses AI can do it in X amount of hours, but because you do not know, you have taken 3x the time, right? Client dissatisfaction and cost, right? And trust me, most organizations are now looking to get their employees trained on AI. And that is where I think Sripal's vision completely aligns with this program of CAAP, right? So coming next to the very valid point, somebody asked, what are the tools that we'll be working on? Let me, before that, I want kind of, so people who are from finance, right, have some knowledge, can you give me one actual use case, like how AI can help in taxation, how AI can help in compliance, maybe a couple of or audit. So I'd like to have one use case from your side. What do you think that, okay, I feel AI can help in taxation in such a such way. So maybe I want to have that from your side, guys. Yes, anyone? Okay, audit AI can help in sampling. Very good. Yeah, I want to expand on what Swapna mentioned. So, gone are the days where maybe we were doing a 20% sample and maybe then having our observations, right? Today, I want that all the 1 million rows of data needs to be taken into consideration. I cannot wait 3 days for a auditor to complete the sampling of 20% and make his or her observation ready. I need it within hours. And that is where AI is going to help you. We do away with the concept of sampling. We target the complete 1 million rows and we do it instantly, right? So nothing escapes AI. Okay, there are some AI plus professional qualification is both. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So yes, I can take up some examples before we move on, right? In taxations, we can speed up the tax research and memos, pull sources and draft first versions. We can draft AI generated memos during using real rulings and validate citations. This can be done in a fraction of time that it would have taken a human guy to do it. Similarly, accounting, yeah, auto categorize entries, reconcile accounts and draft commentaries, right? So these, and trust me, all of this will be so whenever we start our CAAP program, we will have case studies which kind of takes us through all of these, and this is just an illustration. I'll show you the complete list of what we intend to have in the next slides, right? Now, in accounting, on audit, basically you can automate walkthrough preparation, and the sampling part has already been discussed, right? So these are few of the examples in the interest of time that we can actually have practical AI for these. Okay, now coming to what are the tools and technologies we will use. So this is just a glimpse of what we will be covering. We'll be doing AI in financial accounting and reporting, taxation and compliance, audit and risk management, financial planning and forecasting, AI powered decision support, where maybe a majority of our time will actually go into teaching and presentation. And when we say teaching and presentation, it includes real life case studies, hands-on exercise and everything. And we'll also spend some amount of time in capstone project. So capstone project is going to be your final project, where everything that you have learned through the course, you'll have a chance to apply that, right? So why this program is unique? We are assuming that whoever comes for this program does not have a lot of prior knowledge, right? Does not have any knowledge for that matter. He or she has never maybe opened a Power BI dashboard. He or she has never typed in ChatGPT. So the basics are not there. So we want to make sure that whoever is coming does not need to come with any knowledge, right? And coding is not at all required. So what do we expect from them? At least they can understand that we will start from the very foundation, right? I will teach you the ABCD of writing a prompt. I'll teach you the ABCD of how to create a Power BI dashboard from the data that you have, right? And these are just examples. So in everything that we say, we will start off with the very foundation, right? So once the foundation is done, and the foundation is going to be no code, right? I am not expecting you to write a single line of code yourself, right? Let AI write it for you, right? So low code, no code foundation, then we will go to practical industry implementation with real world use cases, which is important because me just running through PowerPoint presentation is not going to help, right? Next, we'll have an industrial capstone project with the evaluation as well, which will make sure that whatever you have learned, you're able to kind of present that, right? And then we'll have the industry recognized certification as well. So this is basically the roadmap that we have. But the roadmap is a very high level thing, right? So next, what are the tools? What are some of the tools that we'll use? Right? Again, this is the roadmap, So we'll initiate you into, this is again going to be a 10 to 12 weeks program, right? Easily. So how do we plan those? We will start off with initiation to the world of AI, where we will talk about the fundamentals and concepts, the global impact trends. We will understand AI from a finance accounting perspective, where we will talk about the use cases, benefits. Then we will go into the world of analytics, right, where we will kind of do data analysis on financial data, right, visualization, data storytelling, etc. Then we will kind of initiate ourselves to the foundation of building LLMs, prompt engineering, and GenAI, right, which is maybe the core of this program. So this is where the core of this program starts, and then we will always, everything that we learn will have a use case in the finance domain, right? It could be audit, it could be taxation, it could be compliance, whatever, right? And then we will end it with the capstone project. So this is preferably going to be your roadmap. Now, as I mentioned, roadmap is very high level. So what are the tools that can actually help me? So before I even proceed to the next page, where I have actually the list of tools that we will use, I would like to know from the participants, what are the top 5 tools they think they will be using here? So it's a question for the participants, right?
QuickBooks. Okay.
Okay, QuickBooks. QuickBooks is not an AI tool.
It's not an AI tool, Swapna. Yes, what about others actually? Power BI is also not an AI tool.
Okay, Power BI we will be using for data analysis part. Okay, Copilot is a large language model. We'll be using ChatGPT. Okay, Copilot. Alteryx, again, Alteryx is not an
Alteryx
AI
is not.
tool. Okay, Notebook AI. What is Notebook AI? Are you talking about Notebook LM? Okay, DeepSeek again. Canva is again not an AI model. So Perplexity, DeepSeek, yes. LLMs, yes. Gemini, yeah. These are all LLMs, right? So all sort of LLMs. Notebook LLM, yes. It's not Notebook LLM, it's Notebook LM. And Notebook LM is basically your research partner. SQL, yes. Python, yes. And we will use Python without coding, without writing a single line of code. Trust me, I will not make you write a single line of code yourself. Trust me on this. Claude, yes. Gamma, we will use something much better than Gamma. SQL, yes. So let me show you what we will be using next, right? And this is a very small subset of what we'll be using. I think Notebook LM is not present here, but we will definitely be using that. And again, Notebook LM is your grounded research partner, right? That's what Google calls it. And it's amazing. And I will show you all of that. So basically, you will have tools which are not AI tools, because AI will be used in these tools. You will use AI inside Excel, inside Tableau, inside Power BI. But as they stand, they are not independently AI tools. They are visualization tools, right? Maybe they are, you can do analytics on that, but they're not per se AI tools, but AI can be used inside that, right? So we will see all of that. But there are few tools that we will use. For example, ChatGPT is an LLM that we'll use. Gemini will also use Grok. We will use Claude, Copilot, Kimi. We will use Google Looker, which will again help us kind of create visualizations. We'll use Python without using a single line of code. We'll use Google AI Studio to build. We can, I can also show you how we can actually go ahead and build a financial app, right? You can build, I'll give you one example, right? You want to kind of upload a file and kind of find out anomalies, right? And you want to do it through an app, but you think you cannot build an app, which is fair. Even I cannot build an app, because building an app will require front-end knowledge, back-end knowledge, database integration, but AI can do it for you by using a prompt. You can create a financial app which will, it can be a simple financial app. You need to create a simple financial app which will take that a CSV file or Excel sheet and point out anomalies in that, right? How good that can be, right? So we'll like go through some of those use cases. We'll use Perplexity. We will use an AI agent called GenSpark. We'll use something called Napkin, which is also one of the most amazing tools I have come across, right? And we will, these are all for analysis, right? But the purpose of why we are doing an analysis will always remain incomplete if I cannot present my findings. You may have done a very great audit, but if you cannot present your findings, everything is lost. Now, how best to make presentations? By giving a single prompt. All of that we will learn, right? So this is just a subset of what we have. There are a lot more tools that I will teach you when we go along, right? Okay, I think we have a few more questions. Okay. Yes, and SQL will be there. I just wanted to kind of make a small comparison. So I did a lot of market research and I came to the conclusion that whoever is our nearest competitor, right? And I do not really take names, as comparing their program versus our program, right? When I compare the techniques, tools, subject areas, I found that the biggest gap came in the last 3 years, which are the most important part when I talk about AI. Most of them did not have a capstone project. None of them spoke about vibe coding. Now, if you trust me, vibe coding was one of the most trending words even this year, early this year. And I'm going to teach you vibe coding. But nobody else does. And it's a rare skill in the market. Exploratory data analysis is key for any professional, not forget finance, forget anything. Any person in this world who works with data needs to know exploratory data analysis, which is saying that, okay, when you go to a doctor, the doctor asks you for symptoms, checks everything. He just doesn't look at your face and give you medicine, right? So exploratory data analysis is like acting as a doctor, dissecting your data, exploring it before you even use it. So if I do not know EDA, it doesn't matter how many AI tools I know, right? So EDA is a concept that I'll teach you how to start from scratch. So every time you get a data set, EDA should be the first thing that you do, which is exploratory data analysis, right? So all of these we will teach. And most of the competitors that we have analyzed do not have these, which kind of creates a very big gap. And so that's all about the differentiators. Now moving on. What would be the key highlights? If I have to put, yes, so I think somebody is saying different tools for different functions. Yeah, that's a very valid point that somebody has brought. I think it's Ravi, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Ravi, very, very valid point, different tools for different functions. Now, like the same way you cannot take a knife to a gunfight, right? Similarly, even though you might think that, okay, Copilot is same as ChatGPT, which is same as Gemini, same as Claude, you cannot be more wrong, right? Every LLM has got its strength and weakness, right? Some of the LLMs could be very good in data crunching. Some of the LLMs could be extremely good in summarizing your unstructured data. Some of the LLMs could be very good in creating visual outcomes from your data. Now, every LLM cannot do it in the same way. And that is where we will use specific LLMs for specific strength, right? And it will be very much use case specific, right? So what I'll do is I'll cover this slide and I'll give you a very small demo, right? That is a live demo, right? I'll give you a small live demo on fraud analytics.
So how many of them are ready for the live demo? Yes, guys. How many of them want to practically see यार चल क्या रहा है exactly? मतलब what is the okay? So let's get into that, Sabitra.
Right.
All set.
So let me first then do that and I'll come to the key highlights. So imagine that you have got a data set, right? And that data set is about fraud analytics. So let me go in there. Yeah. So let us say you have got a data set like this. And again, this is just an example, right? It can be any data set, right? Somebody gave you invoice, dates, vendors, amounts, and all of this, and asked you to find what could be some fraud inside this. You would be thinking, yeah, it will take me such a long time. And again, ignore the number of columns, the number of rows. Just focus on the fact that somebody gave you a data set. Now, what will be your first, what will be your first step that we'll do? Imagine that you have this data set. So I'm asking a question to all of you. You have this data set. You looked at the columns. Now you know that, okay, I need to do something to find anything that is fraudulent here. What is the first reaction? Which is the first tool that you go to? Or what do you think? I mean, people who are comfortable with Excel will start creating a pivot table, right? What else? What would be the things that you could do? So let's say I only know Excel and I do not know anything beyond Excel. So I cannot do anything beyond Excel. What I'll do, I'll start maybe creating more columns with some formula, and maybe I'll start creating a pivot table, right? What else I can do?
Correlation matrix with
Matrix.
ChatGPT permits creating the same.
Okay.
Use
So
if
you are,
error function.
again, Siddharth, you are again restricting yourself to Excel, right? And Shreyas is saying correlation matrix if ChatGPT permits creating the same. Okay, VLOOKUP and pivot table, again Excel, right? Correlation matrix, yeah, ChatGPT will permit, but again you are depending on an LLM. So I'm just trying to figure out what are the easiest way to do it. What if I to and okay, give me an approximate time. You will require 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. VBA again, Excel, right? Okay, imagine you are doing it either in Excel or maybe ChatGPT or whatever, or maybe Power BI or Tableau. How much approximate time would you require for this exercise? 2 hours, 4 hours, at least 1 hour or more, 4 to 5 hours. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, what if your boss said that in 15 minutes, tell me some key outcomes from this? Do you think it is possible? He asks you not even 15 minutes. I'm going to grab some coffee. I'll be back in 7 to 10 minutes. Have some 4 key insights ready. Is it possible for you people? So this is what he exactly said. I'll go out to grab a coffee. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Have 4 key insights ready from this. Do you think you can do it? 10 minutes is all you have. Maybe just show him visually at least some trends in 10 minutes. Still not possible in Excel. Okay, what if I told you that whatever I have built it in less than 3 minutes. Okay, let me show you something. What I did, I created a fraud analytics dashboard, right? Which is using Benford's law. Everybody in finance must be knowing Benford's law, right? How to find anomalies in invoices. It is showing transaction trends and slopes. It is showing transaction risk classification and double payment, right? Because this is quite possible. But I have the data set. I opened it, something like this opened, everything is looking blank, but I see there is something called import data. Let me click this. Okay, I see I can import the data, and I think within a minute I can see a lot of things that I wanted. I have the Benford analysis ready. I have the transaction trends and slope. I have the risk classification, probable fraud versus non-fraud, right? And double payment. for every vendor over a period of time, I know where maybe there's a risk of double payment, right? So how long do you think it took me to make this dashboard? Can you guess? How long do you think it took me to make this dashboard? 30 seconds. Okay. 3 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes. No. So I'm not. Guys, again, please don't get me wrong. I'm not asking you how long did it take me to open the dashboard and import the data. That was less than a minute. But to make the backbone of this so that I can import the data and it will show, how long do you think it would have taken anyone to do this?
It's I think the question is more about creating the dashboard. So Pritham is
Exactly.
telling an hour or so.
An hour or so?
Yeah, Iqbal, how will you create in 2 seconds? Okay, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Okay.
Acha. And I'll tell you my biggest challenge. I am a data guy. I am not a front end back end guy. मेरे को HTML आता ही नहीं है. I do not even know H of HTML. I don't know front end back end. How will I even create? If you give me 2 days also, I cannot do this. Okay. No, this is not Power BI. This is purely in HTML and it's very dynamic. It took me less than 2 minutes. I'll be very honest. And Ajit is mentioning with proper prompts. Yes, that is what I'm going to show you. I'll show you the exact prompt that I used for this. And you can actually copy it for future. This was my prompt. I have a very interesting use case to demo. I need a downloadable HTML file that has the option to import data from a CSV file and refresh the charts. The HTML file must have wireframe like 4 visuals, and for fraud analytics must be title, Benford analysis, this, please create this. This prompt, it took me 2 minutes to write. Maybe it will take you 5 minutes to write. Once you've written, this is the output you can expect. But I mean, this is not just, okay. I have been an expert in prompt writing and creating this, so maybe it took me 5 minutes, maybe it will take you double the time, maybe 10 minutes. But trust me, before your boss comes back from the coffee machine, this will be done. This is the power of prompting. And this is what, and whatever I showed you is very basic. This was just for the purpose of demo. It can be far more accurate, streamlined, and it can give you a wow impact. The purpose of just showing this demo was, if I had to do something in 10 minutes to save my life, GenAI does help me. Without this, nothing in this world could have saved me. Trust me. And that was the purpose of showing this, right? So how many of you still feel that GenAI is useless? I can do much better than GenAI. How many of you actually feel that? I personally do not feel that. I mean, GenAI is a lifesaver. And we will learn all of this. So you should not be thinking, okay, I don't know prompting, what to do. Trust me, 3 years ago, I did not know prompting. Because there was nowhere I could write prompts. And not only me, none of the AI guys knew prompting 2.5 years, 3 years ago. Because where will they write the prompts? There was no LLM, which was publicly available to us, right? We have to have a place to write the prompts. So all of this has a very recent happening, right? So all of that we will learn, right? So why the key highlights, why this is going to be a winning program for all of you, right? First of all, industry use case based on practical hands-on, right? We will talk about the most popular and relevant industry-based tools. I will not bring some tools which was relevant 5 years back and not now. Everything that is relevant as of today, right? You have me as a faculty, right? We will have the widest possible coverage of topics, right? As I mentioned, 7 or 8 different functions in finance will be covered with a use case, each independently, right? We look to wrap up it in exact 2.5 to 3 months, right? Including the capstone project, right? No code, low code. And when I say low code, it's actually no code enabled AI, right? And prompt engineering is a skill that will be your friend for your entire life, right?
So I think one thing which I would add to Sabitra's thing, everyone, that none of the courses currently in the market is offering live classes. So you need to understand that this course has live classes. So it's like how we have been showing you a practical live case, right? Because see, we have the recordings of each and every live class which will happen, and that gets recorded in our LMS for Monday and Tuesday. But Saturday, Sunday, every week, we will be having the live classes also of AI, because it's very important that you see the live kind of stuff, because most of the courses you will see is all recorded and all, and then you have nothing, no interaction whatsoever. So there is no community, and it's very important to have a community where you can ask questions, any practical things which you face and all. So it's quite important, right? And that's what I've noticed in most of the courses which I'm researching now. They do not have any live class, so all are recorded. एक बार का recording कर दिया है कुछ भी, and they never update also. The content is not updated and all. One more important thing which I've seen in AI is none of them have data analytics added in that, like Sabitra was telling. So there is dashboard, how to create a dashboard, fundamentals of math and statistics. Most of them don't know simple average, moving average, and all those stuffs also. And math is very, very important. So statistics and math is something, because these are very, very important, because your analytics and your AI, if combined, can be a killer actually, because most of the finance you'll rotate around Excel and all also. One more thing, what you have noticed with AI, the productivity is increasing. How many of them have seen that in that practical case law, everyone? So previously, what it used to take 5 hours, it just took 5 to 10 minutes. So you will see that the productivity of the employees are going up. This is the only thing which AI is trying to solve. The more the productivity will go up, the better it would be. And that's why Elon Musk was telling like jobs will be very less or something like that. You will not need 100 people, because now you'll have a reviewer, then again a preparer, then you'll take 10 hours, 12 hours. Now the time is shrinking very fast, and it's very important that you be ready with all these tools. Tomorrow, if you come in an interview and someone asks you, "Yaar, ye karao," and you will take 3 days, he will immediately terminate you guys. Please understand. गलती से भी कहीं जॉब मिल गया वो वापस चले जाएगा. So you need to understand world is moving very, very fast, and that's why I wanted that here a live class rahe, you understand the platform, and prompt engineering is very, very important. And though Sabitra will share the standard prompts which we will have, these are the standard prompts and all, you would actually wonder how many of them know that we have AI Shripal and Becker AI also, Neot AI. Are you also aware that in CPA CMA only we have AI course inbuilt? How many of them are not aware about that? AI Shripal, we have a AI Shripal WhatsApp which have passed CPA, CMA, EA, SSC exams with 95% accuracy, guys. It's a WhatsApp bot. The moment you will put a question, it can answer. And actually, even in Becker also it is there. In the Becker tool also, you have the AI inbuilt in the LMS itself. And they have the prompts also. Standard prompts are also given. We are the only institute currently in the world which has AI in our course also and outside the course also. With CPA also, we have an AI Shripal. It's a WhatsApp bot. You just need to ask questions. Just imagine late night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Sabitra and I won't be there to answer your questions. But you are having an exam tomorrow, so you need to study. Whom will you ask? Which teacher you will ask? So this is like a CPA tutor in your pocket, guys. AI Shripal. The moment you will ask a question on WhatsApp, it can answer in seconds. We have a free 8 days trial also. Very, very different from ChatGPT, Padmavati, because in ChatGPT, first though it will give very big answers. Second, Padmavati, you don't even know whether the answer is right or wrong. So AI Shripal have passed the exam with 95% accuracy. So it's as good as Shripal have become a CPA. It's as good as that WhatsApp have become a CPA. So it can answer all CPA related stuff. Are you getting it, Padmavati? So it's not a Gen AI. It's a specific AI. It's a trained AI. That is how we have trained that. And that bot is now answering each and every question. The moment you put any question, it can answer it. There is a free 8 days trial. Who all don't have, who all are not enrolled with Samandar, I think you'll need to buy that. But who all are already enrolled with Samandar, you can just raise a help desk ticket. Get 8 days free trial. You'll know how nicely. None of the institute in the world currently has it. I'm not even talking about India, actually. So WhatsApp AI bot, no one has. ACCA, CFA, CPA, CMA, CA, all the exams it have passed. You just need to put a question, it will give the answers in seconds. In fact, most of them might have noticed in Telegram group, Sabitra, I answer their questions in seconds. I don't know if they ask a question. If you would have seen, sometimes the answers come in seconds. So what I do is I take out your question from Telegram and I put that in my trained bot. It answers in second. That copy paste, I do it and put it in the Telegram group. So just I'm telling you in the course also how AI is helping, and it have automated all our faculties, right? So I think that AI Shripal, please try it out, guys. It's there on our website also. So you can definitely kind of see that. Once you are on the home page, you will see AI Shripal. Yes, the only thing I think some of them have written, sir, why you not marketing it? I think we are extremely poor and pathetic in the way we market our stuff. We started this, we launched it in January, right? And I think it's now December. Still, so many of them, I am getting messages that they are not at all aware. So I think this is something which will now bring it in our social media also, that continuously we'll be talking about how that AI bot is answering the questions and all. And this what, and it can also create n number of MCQs, guys. Now create 10 MCQs on revenue recognition. That bot can create that. Create 10 essays, create 10 simulations. It can do that. And that also it gets keep getting updated also with latest syllabus. It's not that old syllabus and all, right? So just wanted to let you know how we are using the AI in our course and AI outside the course via CAP, and why we think that live classes are very, very important. Even if you don't have live, still you can attend the recording, but I would suggest try to have a hybrid approach, guys. Everyone who is taking this course, please have the hybrid approach, because if you will not attend the live class, I don't think so you're doing a justice. Second thing, we have a capstone project. So Sabitra, many of them were asking, what do you mean by capstone? So would you explain what is this capstone project?
Yes,
Only
yes.
after that they will get a certificate, not otherwise.
Right, right. So let me give you a very, very simple example to help you understand capstone project. So assume that in the course, I have taught you how to kind of make data anomaly correction in Excel, import that into Power BI, build visualization, but somebody might not know what visualization to build. So maybe that guy will actually go and write very structured prompts to tell them that if this was my data set, what are the 10 best visualization I should see. So here what are we looking at? We're looking at a guy who has worked in Excel, in Power BI, and has done prompt engineering. So that kind of becomes a wholesome package. Now your capstone project will be like your final passing examination. It will not have theoretical questions. It will have a use case. I'll give you multiple data sets with different levels of complexity. You'll have to select one of them, and there will be certain requirements that start from scratch and give me this output. So it will involve everything that you have learned, every single aspect that has been taught in the course will have to be used in kind of creating the product which you will finally have to demo, right? Not only make it but also demo it, and then once you have demoed it successfully and we are like we know that okay, you have done it the right way, then maybe you complete the course and get your certificate. So that kind of becomes your capstone project, or it's like the final passing exam. In this case, no questions but a product from your side using whatever you have learned. So did I answer the question?
Yep. So I
Right.
think, I hope everyone have understood that the certificate will not be given like that, because there is an industry which we are talking to and all. So company should not think, यार ये तो इतना easy है, ये तो बिना exam करे ये लोग दे दे रहे certificate. Then that certificate doesn't have any value. And because we have such esteemed people on our board of advisory, everything is going through their approvals. So they are associated with us, the brand and all. So we need to ensure that we definitely have this capstone project. Because without that, I think it's a stupid thing to give even any of these certification without having a capstone project, and it will not do justice to you also, guys, because you would also need practically, you need to apply this without anyone's help also. That's the main aim, to make you efficient in AI and in data analytics both, because today in finance or in audit we are using a lot of Excel. So it's important that you guys know about it. Okay, now we'll take up some of the questions and unmute some of them. Sabitra, please
Yes.
raise your hands, everyone, because I know every time I take up questions before only. So Shreyas, can we unmute Shreyas there straight away, everyone? Yes, Avashya or Ajay. Shreyas, go ahead. Avashya, can we unmute Shreyas there?
Just a second. Sorry.
Yeah. So the course is valid for 1 year. and Sabitra will be there, even any of the capstone project and all. So he'll be there for a year, so you don't need to worry. Okay. The recordings are also there for you. Okay, can we unmute Shreyas? Yes, Shreyas, you're unmuted there. Others, please raise your hand. So this is the best time to ask question. Yes, Shreyas, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir. Very, very insightful session. Firstly, thank you so much, sir. One small query, sir. Any batches upcoming in around April time, sir? Like starting in April, middle or something? Because sir, it will be very useful actually. Because sir, are usually for college students, the semester ends around that time. No, sir. So next 2.5 or 2 months, we are usually free. So full time we can undertake this particular CAP course, sir.
Yeah, so
So
what happens, Shreyas, is the best thing is you don't need to worry because each and every class is getting recorded and we do it only on weekends. So Sunday, no
okay.
college operates. Okay, first thing. Second thing,
Yes.
April is little, April, May, mein to we want to get it ready and place students because that is a time when they will start hiring. And that's why it
Oh,
was very important to start the batch. So next week our batches will start. So today is
oh,
our
okay.
orientation basically. And in fact, we
Oh,
announced this last month only. So a lot of students
oh.
requested to push it to December. Now, if you tell April, to batch start
Oh,
nahi hoga, bhai. Because we want to
well,
ensure we are promising industry that we are giving the AI ready kind of courses and all. So we want to ensure that we are all set for this. Okay. So
okay, sir.
that's what I would suggest that you start off Saturday nahi to Sunday to at least attend kar lo, recorded to hai, right? And again,
Okay,
next
sir.
time you can attend live again in April also. No one is stopping you because 1 year access hai. So you can keep doing that.
Oh,
But I'm just telling that this is the best time because May, June, they'll start hiring people. And you want to ensure
oh.
that at least for internship, you have something to showcase, right? You have
Correct,
done
sir.
some
Definitely. Correct,
practical
sir.
course, you have done AI course, you have put course, something like that, where I can push you
Yes, sir.
guys for internships also. Because with
Yes, sir.
AI and all, you'll also learn a lot of things. You'll learn communication skills. You learn personal branding session. Kapil and Shruti is also coming from Microsoft. So today they couldn't join
Oh,
because it's US time there at 4:30, 5 o'clock. But if you'll see that, there'll be a lot of master classes on AI from these guys only. So they work with Microsoft in OpenAI team, right? One or two classes I'll be taking on the personal branding because I've been one of the influencers on LinkedIn. So I would want to show how AI is being used to kind of write content and all and get connections, how to reach out to recruiters, right? How to build your own practice and all. So I'll be focusing more on that, right? So that is
oh,
what
okay, sir.
I would say. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks. Sir, one small query actually, just one short query. Sir is this the other sir, I forgot his name. So he's also there in the meeting, sir. Just one small query to him. Sir, he was presenting this long no, sir, about the sir was presenting about this course, no, sir. Just one small query to him, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
yes, sir,
ahead.
Samita, sir.
Savitra
Yes,
sir.
sir, sir. Sorry,
Yeah,
yes,
sir.
sir, sir. Sir, one small,
No issues.
uh,
Yeah,
yes, sir, one small query actually.
yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
any prior Python libraries or any prior knowledge
No.
will it enhance, sir? This
No, so if you have just have a laptop that is working, that should be good enough. With a valid internet connection, that's all you require. Because I clearly mentioned, right, low
yes,
code,
sir.
no code, which means
No.
I will not make you write a single line of code in any case. We will see how
Oh,
AI can generate whatever we want, right? So no prior knowledge of AI, ChatGPT, any LLM, Power BI, or Python is required. All that I
oh,
require is a laptop which is working with a valid internet connection. That's all.
oh. Okay, sir, definitely. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
What, Sabitra, I think it's good that we discussed that before also. Who all are like starting off fresh. It's good that to have some fundamental knowledge and SQL knowledge also. Because I think those are very important. These guys are just teaching tools, AI, but they're not teaching them SQL, some bigger basics of fundamentals of math and statistics, how moving averages, weighted averages, some of these things. And then Sabitra, we can go into like, I know that you have done that in the past also, but I think that would be really useful for the people who are having zero knowledge on from the tech and all. So it's good to have
Hmm.
that. That's a good base actually.
Yep.
Yes. Others, can you please raise your hand so that we can unmute you? Thank you, Shreyas. Shreyas, any other questions? Yes. What about others? Please. So I'm preparing for EA part 1 with Samandar. If I join the put course, did I get an internship within a month? See, we can't promise any internships or full times and all. Yes, we have placed a lot of them and all. So definitely the support will be there for sure. But these internships and all these opens up in August, September, October, November, because the busy season starts from January to March. So technically they finish their hiring by December. And then again they hire in April, May, because the interim busy season starts from July and all those stuff, right? Yes, we will have an AI ready batch which you can upload on LinkedIn. So Sabitra, I think this time the CAP certification which we'll have, you can put that on LinkedIn also, that certificate. In fact, today who all have attended the webinar also, we are giving them a certificate of attending the AI webinar as well. How many of them are interested to get that? Everyone, I think that could be a great game changer to put on LinkedIn at least. I think Avashya, we should, who all have attended the webinar, please ensure that all of them kind of get that certificate also, because that could really kind of open up eyes on the big fours and all, because they are doing this course as well, right? Okay, Rohit, please go ahead. Rohit, can we unmute Rohit there?
Hello.
Yeah, Rohit, we are audible. Go ahead, please.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. I had a doubt. I'm a pass out BCom student, as just pass out student. I wanted to do a CMA US CMA course. So how is it gonna be for me? Will it be easy, or should I have to be very dedicated towards the course?
And no, Rohit, I think 2 to 3 hours per day is more than sufficient, because USCMA has only two parts. If you see that, technically, the entire course, unlike our CPA, CMA and all, right? USCMA is just two sections, that's all. And then two books, 6 to 8 months. I think that's what the USCMA is. Okay. The best thing about CMA, one more thing is that it is not more accounting heavy, right? So you don't need to remember journal entries, recording, and all those stuff. So it's quite manageable technically when you compare it to CPA, Rohit. So any given day you can clear this off in 8 months. But then technically you should also remember that you study every damn day. Just because doi paper hai, a lot of them take it little granted and then they don't study. So that's what you need to understand. And second thing is 75% is MCQs, Rohit. Only 25% is essays. So that is also big advantage in USCMA. Unlike CPA, you have 50% MCQs. Here, matlab 3/4 of the exam itself is multiple choice, Rohit. So easily pass ho sakte hai. It's better to be BCom plus CMA plus AI certified than just being a BCom, because BCom to is dead. Matlab you're goner if you're just a BCom now. You have seen how Sabitra have done that fraud analytics dashboard, right? मतलब आपको क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं पता तो आपको डेटा एनालिटिक्स भी नहीं पता, आपको नंबर्स देखने का तरीका समझ नहीं आएगा. द ओनली डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ बीकॉम एंड अ स्किल्ड पर्सन इज द वे दे सी द बैलेंस शीट, द वे दे सी द P&L, Rohit, is completely different. It's
Yes, sir.
very very different mindset, and they are the ones who can apply the tech tools and all. And आपका मतलब आपकी इज्जत भी ज्यादा रहती है, रोहित. आप 10 जगह बात करते हो तो मतलब लोग आपकी बात सुनेंगे. नहीं तो यार ये
हाँ,
ग्रैड है, इसको क्या ही पता, भाई तू बाहर बैठ जा. So this is how it
हाँ,
happens. In a
okay.
country like India, na, qualification is very very important. If you're not
Yes, sir.
qualified, no one even wants to talk to you also. Even they don't even interview also. If you're off campus, right, no one
Yes, sir.
will hire you. I can guarantee that if you're off campus. In campus and all, ठीक है, थोड़े बहुत आ जाएंगे call center वाले job. But then BCom, यार, sad status grad is because the content आप पढ़ क्या रहे हो, मतलब रोहित, right? The content is also very outdated today of BCom syllabus of India, right? So
Yes, sir.
that's where I feel that a professional qualification and a tech kind of certification, तो
Yes,
मतलब
sir.
सोने पे सुहागा जैसा है. ठीक है.
Okay. And sir, will there be a basics of BCom also? Will it be
Oh,
needed for the
100%. We have the basics of accounting and taxation before we start our CMA course. That's a free course which we give to everyone who enrolls. So we start
Okay.
with debit, credit, what is your salary is, why is it debited to P&L account, what is an asset, what is a liability. Because there are a lot of people who are non-accounting background, like BSc, BTech ke log hai, Rohit. So that's
Okay.
why we start with basics. A lot of them skip that and they come directly to our main classes. But we have our live classes starting on basics of accounting also. That's mandatory
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
That's why in AI also, Rohit, I said Sabitra to start with basics of math and statistics, because that is quite important if you want to go into data analytics field or data science field. It's very
Yes, sir.
important you know how to read the data. So
Yes, sir.
उसके लिए पहले डेटा से फेमिलियरिटी तो चाहिए ना रोहित. जार्गन्स तो समझे कि एवरेज क्या है, एक एनालिसिस कैसे बनती है, प्रिस्क्रिप्टिव एनालिटिक्स क्या है, राइट,
Right.
प्रिडिक्टिव एनालिटिक्स क्या है. सो दीज आर ऑल Sabitra covers in data analytics. Okay.
Yes, sir. The data analytics is also included in CMA, sir.
Yes, not in CMA, in our CAP course. So if you see that certified AI accounting professional course which we are giving, right, in that data
Okay.
analytics and accounting both are covered. Data analytics and AI both are covered. Okay.
So this is a separate course which you have to enroll, sir.
Yes, along with USCMA. If you go into the USCMA Elite or Premium, in
Yes, sir.
Elite course, so there are different categories of pricing which Samandar is offering, right? So you have the basic, you
Okay.
have the premium, you have the Elite category. If you go into the Elite category, that comes as a complement. So just go through the
Okay.
website once. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Manisha Singhari. Manisha, please go ahead.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, Manisha, clearly. Please go ahead.
Okay, nice. I'm just wondering about all the tools which you're talking about for AI, um, like ChatGPT. But when going professional, I suppose the data is how does the data plays into account in case of um, the core question is regarding the client's confidentiality of the data,
Right.
how it can impact.
Right. So Manisha, I'd like
Yeah.
to take that question up. So
Sure.
basically, there are two ways to look at it. One is when you actually put the confidential client data in a public LLM like ChatGPT, that's a strict no-no under any. So, but what happens generally, most organizations these days who have a subscription of ChatGPT or Copilot or whatever, they do take something called a Teams account. When you take a Teams account, what happens is anything that you put in your organization, that is ring fenced. It doesn't really go out to train the public model outside, right? That's because you've taken a paid subscription and you've taken the Teams subscription, right? So that way your data is safeguarded. Now, the other thing is you need not always put the confidential data of your company on a public LLM. I'll give you an example. Maybe it will be very clear. So, for example, the exact use case that we saw today, right, where you had the invoice ID, you had the amount, and so on. So you need not upload that Excel to ChatGPT. You can simply ask a question that if I have a column which is invoice, which is this, what are the 3 or 4 most important visualization I can show? So there, in this case, you're not supplying any confidential information. You're just talking about these are the columns, what can I have? So there you do not have any interaction of confidential data. So these are two ways of how we make sure that data is not going out into a public LLM.
And
And on
one
the
more thing, Manisha, I would want to answer along with Sabitra. Like I did a podcast with Raj, who's the EY audit leader. 12,000 people report to Raj. Okay. So what EY does is, he shared a very interesting, you should definitely watch that podcast on YouTube. So it's there, EY, Raj, Bolke, the Brains Behind Billions podcast, Manisha. So do watch that. We have spoken
Sure.
a lot about AI and how EY is using that. He spoke a very important point. He said, Shripal, now all the companies are having their own AI models, right? So the
Yeah.
data of the client is secured in their own AI. So we will not push anything to ChatGPT. There, that is a customized AI. Today we have AI Shripal, right? And we have the Becker AI. If you would have seen this simple thing, now
Yeah.
I'll just open Becker itself. So you can see that they have their internal AI tool itself. So
Yes.
there they are kind of protecting the data, so you can't even, so everything just stays here only. So I'll just show you. I don't know, everyone, are you able to see the screen? And Manisha herself.
Yes.
So see this. So I just have this, just a second. So we have a digital textbook and we give the CP has 50% MCQs and 50% simulations, right? So I'll just kind of a lot of screens which, but you can see that they have a, can you see that, Manisha? They have
Yeah.
a Ask Neot AI. So the
Yeah.
AI is inbuilt in the answers also. So you can just click on that. Can you help me with this question? Explain this question in simple terms. Explain the correct answer in detail. So only Becker users are able to kind of use this. Becker and some other students only can use that. No outside students can access this also. Are you getting what I'm telling? This is
Yeah.
like a customized AI. Now, AI Shripal also, you'll only see some other students using and accessing that data, right? So this is through their content and through limited to that extent only. So it's not like we are going to ChatGPT and using that, right? So it's more like a closed model. So all the customers' client information today, you use Outlook, right, Manisha? End of the day, that Outlook, Microsoft has your data, right, today. So
Yes.
that analogy then should apply to ChatGPT also. ChatGPT also is accessing your data. So what we have done is, instead of OpenAI, now people are using specific AIs. Like I have developed AI Shripal, Becker have developed Neot AI. Two AIs are there. They are protecting their own data of their own students. So that information doesn't go out. Does it make sense, Manisha?
Yeah, it does. It does. The privacy is a big question. So that's why I was just curious. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Manisha. Okay, Tanveer Singh, please go ahead, Tanveer.
Am I audible?
Yes, Tanveer, go ahead.
So, I'm a qualified chartered accountant.
Okay, yes, Tanveer.
So I'm a qualified chartered accountant, and I'm practicing in India right now. I
Okay.
want my I want my practice to become global. That's why I'm doing USCP right now. Am I
Okay.
audible? Okay. So
Yes, yes, Tanveer.
my partner, my LLB partner, he's only CA. He does not want to become CPA. He does not want, because he has like time issues and other commitments. So my issue is that, can I like guide him to do enrolled agent? Is enrolled agent valuable in the US market? Is it useful for an Indian CA to globalize his practice?
100% एनरोल एजेंट का द बेस्ट थिंग तनवीर, ये डिग्री एक्चुअली यूएस की गवर्नमेंट दे रही है. तो आईआरएस इटसेल्फ डज दैट. ये मतलब कोई एआईसीपीए जैसे सीए का बॉडी क्या आईसीआई है, एक प्राइवेट बॉडी है, राइट. एनरोल एजेंट, ये डिग्री इज गिवन बाय आईआरएस इटसेल्फ, इंटरनल रेवेन्यू सर्विस. यूएस की इनकम टैक्स इटसेल्फ गिव्स दिस डिग्री. तो इट हैज द मैसिव रेस्पेक्ट एंड रिकॉग्निशन. द प्रॉब्लम विद ईए इज, ये चक्कर क्या, इनके स्लॉट्स नहीं मिलते थे अब तक लास्ट 4 साल से. तो जब जब स्लॉट्स खुलते थे, पीपल वेर बिहेविंग एज इफ इन लोग ने कभी एग्जाम लिखा ही नहीं है. तो 5-5 हजार लोग रजिस्टर कर ले रहे थे, स्लॉट्स खत्म हो जा रहे थे. अभी लास्ट 6 months से, when I wrote to IRS and all, many of them don't know in India, I was the one who represented student community. We wrote to IRS, और अब slots खुलने लग गए. If you have noticed last 3-4 months, there are a lot of slots which have got opened up in EA. And next year तो वो लोग remote exam भी लगाने का plan है. तो it's one of the best. मतलब US tax में in big fours you can't even go to manager level without EA. Tax में तो mandatory qualification है. It has huge respect in the market, and you won't believe so much of hard work I had to do to talk to IRS because of some tremendous connections which we have with Big Fours. 3 Big Four के पार्टनर मेरे साथ रिप्रेजेंट किए थे जब हम लोग IRS को मेल डाले. And I'll also show you the emails like how IRS responded and all. I said them, I have 10,000 student ये वो, because देखो end of the day उनको भी business करना है तनवीर. So I have to show them that इतने volumes है मेरे पास, इतने students registered है. Then they started opening the slots now. Last year तक तो slots ही open नहीं होते थे. People were desperate to write this. अभी तो they are writing, they are getting, so many of them are becoming EAs from Samandar. So one of the top qualification today. तो अगर US tax का कोई भी practice आप launch कर रहे हो, international tax का practice, then enroll agent, मतलब it's a master stroke. Okay.
And it's quite easy as well, as
Easy
compared
तो
to
मैं नहीं बोलूंगा,
as compared to
easy and
CPA.
tough. इट्स सीए के लिए तो यार सभी क्वालिफिकेशन इजी हो जाता है टेक्निकली, बिकॉज नॉट दैट सीए इज टफ, बिकॉज वो हार्डवर्क और वो सिंसियरिटी अपने कोर्स में ही है. सी जस्ट बिकॉज तनवीर मैं सीपीए सीएम में करा रहा हूँ, आई कैन नॉट टॉक रॉन्ग अबाउट सीए, राइट. टुडे वॉट एवर आई एम बिकॉज ऑफ माई चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी क्वालिफिकेशन. तो सीए हैज बीन वन ऑफ द फाइनेस्ट क्वालिफिकेशंस बिकॉज इट शोज यू हाउ टू वर्क रियली हार्ड, राइट. सो आई थिंक दैट वे आई वुड से सीए के लिए तो बहुत ही ईजी है. इफ यू नॉन सीए थोड़ा टाइम लग जाता है, जैसे 6 महीने के बजाय 8-9 महीने लग जाते हैं ये कोर्स को. तो विद इन लेस देन अ ईयर तो यू कैन इजीली कंप्लीट दिस. है
But
कितनी, एक ही बुक तो है तनवीर, फास्ट फॉरवर्ड एकेडमी की एक ही बुक, जस्ट वन बुक, दैट्स ऑल.
so I was comparing actually CPA with EA, CPA versus EA.
सीपीए में क्या है, आपके पास टैक्स है, ऑडिट है, वर्सेटैलिटी है. ईए में यू विल ओनली बी कन्फाइंड टू यूएस टैक्स. तो अगर जिसको सिर्फ यूएस टैक्स के प्रैक्टिस सेटअप करना है तो वो ये करते हैं. आगे जाके यही ये लोग सीपीए भी करते हैं, ताकि उनको ऑडिट और अकाउंटिंग का, क्विक बुक्स का काम भी, यूएस अकाउंटिंग का, बुक कीपिंग का काम भी लाना है. तो ईए के बाद वो लोग सीपीए करते हैं. बट पहले तो एक क्वालिफिकेशन तो स्टार्ट तो करे तनवीर, राइट. सो लॉट ऑफ देम डोंट लाइक यूएस टैक्स. नहीं भाई, हमको तो ऑडिट में जाना है, अकाउंटिंग में जाना है, एफपीएनए में जाना. दीज आर ऑल अट्रैक्टिव प्रोफाइल्स फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, राइट तनवीर. एक प्रैक्टिस के लिए तो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, आई कैन ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि यूएस टैक्स मतलब सब कुछ है अपना. सो आज
Yes.
जीएसटी इज आवर फाउंडेशन ऑफ आवर प्रैक्टिस, राइट. तो आज यूएस टैक्स का काम तो बहुत इजीली आउटसोर्स कर सकते हैं. ओके,
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू तनवीर. यस, अभिषेक पराशर, प्लीज गो अहेड अभिषेक.
सर गुड इवनिंग. माय क्वेश्चन है सर, मेरे को 10 साल हो गए बीकॉम वगैरह करे हुए और मैं अब सीएमए यूएसए करना चाहता हूँ. तो मेरे पास अकाउंट्स पेबल रिसीवेबल्स का एक्सपीरियंस है. तो इतने साल बाद मुझे थोड़ा सा ऐसा लगता है कि मेरे पास जनरल एंट्री वगैरह तो मैं थोड़ा बहुत समझ लेता हूँ, लेकिन पीएनएल वगैरह मेरे को नहीं आता. तो क्या मुझे पहले वो बेसिक्स पे काम करना चाहिए, उसके बाद यूएस सीएमए में
अभिषेक वही करना है. अगर आप वो नहीं भी करते ना, देन ऑल्सो सिमंदर हैज बेसिक कोर्सेज. यू नो व्हाई अभिषेक? क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग ना सीधा बुक देखते डर जाते हैं. एक तो उन लोग ने बुक खोला ही नहीं है इतने साल से. आप अकेले नहीं है, ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं. लेट्स सी जूम में कितने लोग हैं भाई. हाउ मेनी ऑफ देम आर लाइक दैट हु हैवंट ओपन बुक्स इन सम एजेस? प्लीज पुट अप इन द चैट विंडो एवरीवन who all have just मतलब after a long time they are kind of reading the books. तो आप देख सकते हो मतलब अभिषेक, देखते रहो, देखो कितने लोग हैं ऐसे. सो देर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर लाइक नॉट ओपन बुक्स इन एजेस. और फिर इन लोगों को मैं डायरेक्टली बोलता हूँ सीएमए का फर्स्ट क्लास स्टार्ट हो रहा है, सीपीए का फर्स्ट क्लास स्टार्ट हो रहा है, दे विल गेट रियली अफ्रेड सीइंग द बुक इटसेल्फ. राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाई वी स्टार्ट विद बेसिक्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. उनको डेबिट क्रेडिट बोलते तो उनको कॉन्फिडेंस आता है, उनको लगता है वाओ कितना इजी कोर्स है, इजी, आराम से कर सकते. फिर बाद में उनको रियलिटी मालूम पड़ता है कि ऐसा नहीं है भाई. बट टिल दैट टाइम दे हैव बिकम हैबिचुएटेड. बिकॉज एंड ऑफ द डे ना लोगों का सबसे डिफिकल्ट प्रॉब्लम क्या है पता है? इट्स नॉट एआई, इट्स नॉट सीपीए, इट्स नॉट सीएमए, ये सब तो फालतू है. मतलब द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम विथ एवरीवन इज कंसिस्टेंसी. हाउ मेनी ऑफ देम अग्री? हर दिन सुबह उठ के पढ़ाई करना इज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट थिंग ऑन दिस प्लेनेट. राइट? आप जॉब कर रहे हो, साथ साथ में आप दो दो काम. एक तो पहले उठ के पढ़ना इटसेल्फ इज लाइक एन अचीवमेंट इन इटसेल्फ. सी यू आर थिंकिंग लाइक दैट इटसेल्फ इज अ सैल्यूट अभिषेक. बिकॉज यहाँ पे तो बहुत सारे लोग अभी सो रहे हैं. जैसे उनके जॉब्स जाएंगे तो उनको समझ में आएगा यार बीकॉम इज नॉट सफिशिएंट. राइट? तो आई थिंक you got enlightened a little bit, but others are not even doing that. Even when they enroll also, no Abhishek, there are a lot of people who are enrolling but they don't open their books and study. So I think consistency, habit formation is the most difficult thing. And at Samandar, that is the strategy I use is start with the basics first. And that's why I was telling Sabitra को पहले easy पढ़ाओ, फाउंडेशन पढ़ाओ एआई का, मैथ पढ़ाओ, स्टैटिक. तो ये लोग थोड़ा खुश हो जाएंगे, अरे भाई हमको समझ
करेक्ट.
में आता है. सडनली सबित्र शोस एक डैशबोर्ड बता दे, सब डर जाते हैं. यार डैशबोर्ड तो मेरे को आता ही नहीं है भाई, तो ये क्या बोल रहे हैं, मेरे को तो फ्रॉड एनालिटिक्स भी समझ नहीं आ रहा है. राइट? सो देयर लॉट ऑफ
Yes.
पीपल आर लाइक दैट. एंड व्हाट इज रॉन्ग इन एक्सेप्टिंग समथिंग व्हिच यू डोंट नो? there's nothing wrong, and that is how you will learn to know more. Right? So basics and the foundation is the importance. The first thing why Samandar is most popular, that we have world toppers. Right Abhishek, if you see we have 6 world toppers, जिन्होंने 99 out of 99 लाया है सीपीए में. Right? So that is what I would say कि अभिषेक you are bang on. because आप बुक्स बहुत सालों बाद ओपन कर रहे हो तो स्टार्ट स्टडिंग 1 hour. पहले तो इंक्रीमेंटल हैबिट अप्रोच फॉलो कीजिए एवरीवन. जस्ट 1 minute you study. After 2 days 3 minutes, then 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 1 hour, then 2 hour, then 3 hour. नो टुडे ओनली आई स्टडी 10 hours. मजा आ गया वेबिनार अटेंड करके. साबित्री और श्रीपाल ने बोल दिया एआई पूरा जिंदगी बदल देगा. आई तो फटाफट लिंक्डइन पे पोस्ट कर देंगे एंड ऑल. एंड देन टुमारो अगेन यू आर लाइक दैट ओनली, who is not at all motivated. Right? So I think habit is the most important thing. So motivation is like a thief. It's the discipline which actually wins the game. Right?
Correct. क्योंकि
So
मैं इसे पूछ रहा था सर, मैंने देखा था कि मतलब बहुत बच्चे फेल होते हैं सीएमए यूएसए में, क्योंकि शायद मेरे को ये पढ़ के पता चला कि क्योंकि बेसिक क्लियर नहीं होते इसलिए वो फेल हो जाते हैं शायद.
करेक्ट. अभी मैं पूछूंगा बहुत सारे लोगों को सैलरीज क्यों डेबिट होता है पीएनएल अकाउंट में. वो लोग बोलेंगे यार सैलरी तो खर्चा है, तो डेबिट ही होगा. अरे भाई क्यों डेबिट होगा? व्हाई इज क्लोजिंग स्टॉक क्रेडिटेड टू ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट? इसमें 91 लोग है, पूरे 91 लोग भी आज ये आंसर नहीं दे पाएंगे. If I ask why salaries is debited to P&L account or why closing stock is credited to trading account, all the 91 people will not be able to answer this. This is a basic concept, right? That is what we are trying to kind of, and that's why I said AI though will be there. But if you just make AI as your face, you will fail miserably actually. Your technical should be equally strong. End of the day, how will you validate a tool without technical knowledge, guys? Do you agree, everyone? That's why your professional qualifications are very, very important. Only when you are professionally qualified, you can use AI efficiently. Nahi to you will get into all nuisance. You will do some prompts, you will get to something different only, and you will make a mockery of yourself. Okay. So I think Abhishek, let's strategize this. Let's use this approach. Go through the recorded basics of accounting classes, taxation also. I think that is also very, very good. And then you will get a confidence and start slow. Don't go with 12 hours, 13 hours heroics. Start with 10 minutes, 15 minutes daily, and then increase the pace.
ठीक है सर,
Okay.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, Abhishek. Yeah, Vishal Khushalani. Vishal, please go ahead.
Hello,
Yeah, Vishal.
sir, can you
Go
hear?
ahead. Yes, yes, we can hear you, Vishal.
Sir, I wanted to ask, I'm currently in FP&A domain with nearly 6 years of experience, and I wanted to remain in the same domain, FP&A domain only, because as you mentioned, CPA will do better for me. But my current CTC is, let's say, 25 LPA, and will doing CPA boost it further? And will Simandar support me in placements for higher salary role?
Okay. So Vishal, देखो, any qualification, no? And what is your qualification, Vishal, currently?
I am a SEMA qualified.
Yeah. Okay. So Vishal, first of all, though, you don't have a US specific qualification, and secondly, GCCs are just opening like anything in India. And I have understood with the latest statistics, 1,000 leadership roles are opening in next 3 years. Matlab, Vishal, you have a chance of even becoming a CFO or lead this GCC practice also now, and become a leader in itself. And FP&A is the first step towards becoming a CFO. A person, I have never seen a CFO without an FP&A knowledge or business finance knowledge. Corporate finance is there, M&A ka knowledge is very important, but every company doesn't do acquisitions. But business finance, FP&A, because you should know your business. जिसको धंधा पता नहीं, उसको कुछ आता ही नहीं, विशाल. And if you want to get into the leadership level, you need to know your business very efficiently. So your profile is good, but your qualification is not. Because tomorrow, if I want to take you at leadership level, at VP or even at SVP level, right, or even at a controller level, because there are so many investors these days, private equity people are investing. They don't want an unqualified person to be like in the VP level or at a controller level without having the corresponding qualification of that country, right, Vishal? So I would suggest strongly to go with CP or US CMA is also fine, but because you have a UK CMA, it is equal to US CMA only. To be honest, you have a SEMA qualification, you have the cost management knowledge, but you don't have reporting knowledge, you don't have accounting knowledge, you don't have treasury knowledge. And for a CFO to be groomed is very important that he's groomed on all the functions. So right now you just have the business finance knowledge, you don't have corporate finance, you don't have accounting knowledge. And that is quite important when you go to the leadership level, because storytelling becomes very, very important. Today Sabitra was telling कि यार आप कैसे narrate करोगे numbers को. At the end of the day, you need to narrate the numbers. You need to know how the revenue is recognized and all. So a reporting qualification becomes very significant. Now coming to your second question, yes sir, मेरा qualification से I'll get a package. Unlike other institutes, we cannot comment like that in childish manner, Vishal, कि यार आपको हम लोग there will be a comp increase and all these things. This is completely based on how you excel in your interview and how you use your qualification. If I tell you, Vishal, today you're getting 25 and you'll get 50 lakhs and do this qualification, matlab, it's very stupid to talk like that, right? Because end of the day, you need to get into the interviews and use your qualification. But I can tell definitely there is a massive growth and there is a value unlocking, right? Because you will grow to another level with the professional qualification of the US. That's for sure. Okay.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Gautam Prasad Gupta, please go ahead, Gautam. Or Sunil Keswani, if Gautam is not audible, can we unmute Sunil Keswani there?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Sunil, go ahead.
Hi, sir. Actually, I'm from Ahmedabad and replying to Abhishek, yes, I am also studying after 7 years. It takes a lot to study after 7 years. Uh, so my question is that I am currently pursuing for the EA and I'll be approaching for the first part in the month of February. So is this course beneficial for me right now, or should I do this course after some time?
No, 100%. There is nothing called as after some time.
Hmm.
Everything has to be done today, right?
Okay.
Movie जाना है तो अभी जाते ना सुनील. Will you
Yes.
postpone a movie? क्या मतलब your favorite
Yeah.
movie or your favorite star come? Do you postpone? नहीं, आज नहीं जाएंगे, एक 6 महीने बाद जाएंगे. ऐसा बात कर सकते हैं सुनील मूवी के
No,
लिए?
sir.
Can you talk like that? No, right?
No,
Something
sir.
which is beneficial for you. This is not even
Yes.
alcohol. ये कोई शराब है क्या? मतलब नहीं पीने
Nice,
के लिए.
sir.
This is a study. This is an investment. This is a
Yes.
skill. You need to
Yes.
upskill yourself. There is no second thought on that. Should I do today or should I do tomorrow? There is nothing
Yes.
tomorrow in upskilling, right? There is
Yes.
everything today.
Yes.
So I would suggest that whatever is the right thing, you should do it today.
Hmm.
Why do you postpone good things?
True.
You never postpone bad things, right? So why do you
Yes.
postpone good things? So whatever is right, it's a good qualification. US income tax is giving this huge respect, huge recognition. And then at the end of the day, at least better than scrolling on Instagram or on LinkedIn comparing that ye kya kar raha life mein ya main kya kar raha hu. It's far
Yes.
better than getting into that nonsense is to study a good qualification and get a recognized degree, right, Sunil? So I
Yes.
think that's what should answer your question. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Ava Iqbal, please go ahead, Ava.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
So just listened about the EA course and the CPA course. They are partly similar in the taxation domain. So can the CPA and the EA have a similar power or authority in the taxation sector, or the EA is more superior than CPA in taxation sector?
See what happens,
in-
right? Actually, Ava, it's CPA has the leadership subjects also. EA में managerial subjects नहीं है. So EA doesn't have managerial subjects in their curriculum. And that's why CPA has an upper hand at leadership level. At manager level, both are good. But if you go to long term to partner or to director and all, then CPA is mandatory. So in long run, CPA will beat EA. In short run, EA will beat CPA. Does it make sense, Iqbal?
Yeah,
Because in the long run, leadership skills become important. Team handling becomes, and the most difficult skill is to handle the team. It's the toughest thing, right? So your team handling skills will become important. That time your CPA plays a bigger role there because of the managerial subjects and all. EA doesn't have. EA is a pure technical qualification. So till manager, senior manager level, EA is fine. Beyond that, CPA is mandatory. Okay, in tax field.
yeah, but I would like to get one more point clear. Since in the Indian system, the Indian CA are eligible to appear in the cases, etc., like lawyers in the taxation field. So, what does the EA has an upper edge over CPA in this in taxation sector?
Yes. They can represent before IRS. There is no other, no second thought on that. That's what EA's biggest advantage is. It's a federal designation. CPA is recognized in one state, other state, you need to again apply and pay fees. EA is not like that. EA is a federal tax designation now. So it's recognized in all the 55 states of the US. And that's why they can represent before the income tax authorities on the behalf of their client. So that's the advantage you have. And that's very different from CPA. Okay.
Okay, so in taxation sector, CPA, I mean, EA is better than CPA. Overall, CPA is better, but in taxation sector, CPA beats EA beats CPA, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Mohammad Ali Gadwal, go ahead, please. Mohammad Ali Gadwal.
Sorry, I wasn't in mute.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Mohit.
Yeah, so I just thank you for this one. See, I already enrolled the CMA course, the US CMA course in Semanda just a few months back, and I'm continuously following the live classes and recording classes wherever I get the time. The thing is, the question I have a experience in accounts payable background, and I'm from the BCom background, and I had 8 years of experience into the field, and I'm trying into the management here. I hope I will get the management like assistant manager in the same organization after the 2 years. And after I complete the CMA. Apart for the, I was learning for the forecasting and budgeting here.
Team, can we unmute Gautam? Can we mute Gautam? Yeah, sorry. Please go ahead.
Yeah, and apart for that, I'm continuously learning as a practical of forecasting and budgeting here for the analysis. So after the thing is, after completion of my CMA, so
is it mandatory to complete the MBA course as well for the higher level management, or is CMA is done to cross
This is the
experience and
problem,
skills?
Ali. एक तो
Yeah,
क्या है अपन ये बहुत सारी चीजें distraction actually. So first you
correct, correct.
focus only on CMA, complete that, get the promotion and all. And along with that, and see, even I wouldn't have introduced AI course also, but because the market itself is asking AI now, right? So that's why we brought the CAP
Hmm.
course. nahi to we wouldn't have brought that also, because the more the courses you do, the more the distraction you have. So understand that, especially if you're a working professional. If you're a
Correct.
non-working professional, for a student, though, I recommend four courses, because they're half the time on Instagram. Time pass karte rehte. So that's why I tell, do CPA, do CMA, do EA. So they will not have 1 minute of time also to waste. Okay. But for a working professional, already you're working and all, so it kind of becomes a little difficult to do two things. So if you're not a working person, then it's a different ballgame altogether, right? So
Correct.
that's where I would suggest, Ali, is focus on finishing USCMA, get the right promotion and all, and
Hmm.
then MBA. I don't think so is required anymore in the AI
Hmm.
world. Get to do the AI course, and I think you're done with it. In case if you want to do masters also, we have the STEM program in the US, which you can do later. Team, can we mute Gautam?
Hello, sir.
Sorry, I think Gautam haven't seen. Yeah, so Ali, that's what I would suggest. So I think if you can do that, that would be great, right? And focus on finishing off the USCM. Okay, and try to update your resume and all those stuff also, right? And today many of them have attended this webinar. Please ensure that you guys post on LinkedIn, show the recruiter that you are AI ready, right? That webinar certificate many of them will get today. Please post it if you felt that the webinar was even 1% effective. Start posting, start talking about AI, start becoming like someone who's in this community. Do not be
Yeah,
a person from another planet who doesn't even know what is AI. Suddenly, here, what is ChatGPT? What is Gemini? What is Gamma? Right? Perplexity tools. Talk about this. People are, yeah, this guy is upgraded. This guy is future-oriented person. Even one talk about AI, also people think he's so posh. That's the way. But आता कुछ नहीं है. Zero hai, right? But
that's
that
right.
is what is the this is more about branding strategy. This is a personal branding, right? AI course is like that. So try to
Yeah,
talk about it, try to post about it, try to write about it. After this
sure,
webinar
sir.
also, once you get the certificate, after posting also, keep writing, keep sharing some articles, become a person who is spoken about in the market. मतलब what is your thought process? मतलब what are you doing in the industry? Just USCMA karna is not Ali's job, right? Ali has to come out and talk on LinkedIn, talk on a platform. How will I grow you to leadership level, Ali? If you'll not share your thought processes on LinkedIn and all, you will need to share your research. You'll need to talk about more about it, because one thing AI can't automate is personal brand. And you'll need to create a personal brand in your own profile. So if you want to go to AM level and all, you need to start writing now, start talking about it, start talking about disruption to finance. And every class of Sabitra, guys, keep start posting. Today we learned about in AI this thing, a new tool we have developed. So recruiter will like, yaar, ye chakkar kya hai? This guy is learning every day new things. Let's DM him. These days, recruiter are also going and checking your LinkedIn profile, folks. And I don't know
Okay.
how many of them do not have a LinkedIn account. Can we put in the chat window? I don't even know how many of them are aware about LinkedIn as a platform. Anyone here who doesn't have a LinkedIn, or anyone who is having LinkedIn but never post on a daily basis? Do we have like that? If you are in that world, please, bhailo, please wake up, start posting every day. आज का वेबिनार हुआ, start talking about it. मतलब यार आपकी कुछ हवा रहनी चाहिए यार, मतलब लोगों को बात, मतलब यार वो लक्ष्मी वाज देयर, शी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट एआई, थ्री कंपनीज विल टॉक अबाउट यू डोंट पोस्ट एनीथिंग, हु विल टॉक अबाउट यू, मतलब नो वन नोस यू आल्सो. So in this world, you will have to show your visibility. So your AI is your interview now, right? Your personal brand is your interview. The more you will be visible, the more interview calls you will get. The more invisible you are, the more invisible your interviews also will happen. So that is what I would suggest. Okay.
Correct. And there is no need to be here to continue after the CMA of MBA, right? It will be okay for the top management to having the skills and professional knowledge and practical knowledge. Is it enough, right? Because I was
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, I was thinking it to go to the management because I have 8 years of experience in that. So I was trying to go into the management level, keep on their asking the MBA courses and higher graduations and the professional
No
courses
use
in
of
that.
MBA. The MBA is of no use currently. US CMA is a very, very good qualification. And like I said, your AI course and all those stuff. Add more skills. Today, AI, next year, no one knows new what will come. Sabitra is there. Previously, we introduced data analytics course. Now we have done data, AI. Then we have practical US tax course. Every year, you'll need to learn and upgrade yourself. Who would have imagined US would be enemy sometime to India, right? No one have imagined. World is moving so fast. Who would have thought gold will go to 2 lakhs? 1 lakh 20, 1 lakh 50,000. Who would have thought silver will cross 1.5? So we are in this world of volatile world. You will need to learn so much, guys. Matlab, you'll need to meet so many people. You'll need to post on LinkedIn. You'll need to talk to other people on LinkedIn. Chal kya raha? Matlab, what is a community? Attend conferences. Come out of that shit. Okay. We will be doing on January also one of the event. Come out and attend people. Meet these guys. Know what is changing. Know what is happening. You will see the world is moving so fast. Who have seen Gamma would come and create a PPT, Sabitra? I'm not sure how many AI tools now in next 1-2 days you'll see the content again getting changed. So Sabitra, I have to also reinvent the entire things. What all are the new things which are coming up, right? So this is how the world is moving, right, Ali? So it's important that you keep upgrading. Now that MBA is not something. No, it's all about upskilling with good, right, relevant certifications. Okay.
Correct. Thank you, Sripal. Thank you very much. The explanation is very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, everyone. And Sabitra, would you want to share your final thoughts?
Right.
Because it's been
So,
almost 2 hours.
right. So one thing that Shripal mentioned that I cannot agree more with is having a proper LinkedIn profile with a profile photo with a proper description of what you are doing and posting regularly. Now, trust me, guys, gone are the days where you could upload your profile on Naukri or Monster and get a call from a recruiter, right? These days, most of those portals through which you apply for job are having ATS, which is how AI is kind of reading your resumes and maybe screening it or just discarding it. The way you depend on uploading into job portals and expecting a call is gone. Your personal brand is going to stand you in long stead, and that will only happen through LinkedIn, regular posting, updating, and having a profile that is noticeable. And if I had to do one thing right now, whether I want to invest time in learning AI or first thing I want to do today is create a LinkedIn profile, I would actually go and create a LinkedIn profile first up and then focus on AI tomorrow, right? So never miss that, right? And that's a good piece of advice that came from Shripal. Now, maybe my last thoughts that I want to kind of bring it to all of you is, see, it is never too late to start, right? I know people who have started with AI last 3 to 4 years and they are doing fairly well, right? So never panic that, okay, maybe I missed the bus. It's never too late, because what's happening is things are getting reinvented, right? For someone who started off with Power BI 3 years back, maybe now he cannot just survive on Power BI skills. He'll need to know generative AI, right? Because generative AI was not there 2.5 years ago. So today I am talking about generative AI. In maybe next 2 years, there will be one more skill that would be coming. I need to learn that as well, right? So never think that you have already missed the bus, because you haven't. But it's always better to start today rather than tomorrow, right? That's the other thing. So in short, what I personally felt again in 18 to 20 years, and I've kind of trained more than 800 people globally on data and AI, I personally feel that if you have to go for a structured, guided and mentored program, no matter the cost, it's actually kind of giving you a lot of opportunity cost saving, rather than just going into, let's say, Google or maybe a YouTube and learning on your own, right? Because I can never ask a YouTube guy what's wrong with my prompt, right? That I can ask in a live class, right? And that's the magic of live classes. Now, again, you take your time, think through, and whatever it is, right, plan that you start on AI with your core courses, right? Because in the next few days, every resume will ask, are you data enabled? And that trend is happening. If you trust me, if you go and see resumes of people who are applying, the job description, 90% of the job description requires you to be proficient in tools and technologies that are close to AI, right? and do not take my word for that. Go and check the job descriptions and tell me, and if you feel that no, what you are saying is not correct, come back to me. Almost 90% of the, and it's industry agnostic, but so much in finance as well, they require somebody who can deal with data, right? So take that as a, we can take that as a signal and start building yourself as an CAAP guy, right? Data enabled AI professional, right? That's my message.
So one thing I wanted to show you guys, because some of them have asked me in the Q&A, that is for pursuing people also, LinkedIn is very important. Is everyone able to see the screen, folks? He is Michael Stelwagen is one of the top. He's a leader of PKF. It's one of the top CPA firms. They've just got the private equity also. I just posted on LinkedIn that I went to PKF because they invited me for their office opening. All the top CPA firms. So I'm very well followed leader actually. So whenever there is a new office opening or something, they invite me because I'm an influencer. So because we have almost 40,000 students, so I post that I visited and all, and these guys get their resumes and all those stuff. So they use me like that. But I'm also happy because that opens up jobs for my students and professionals. Okay. So when I posted, see this. Hi, thank you so much for going to our Hyderabad office. I help oversee our Indian team. I'm so proud of our India team and Sumit's team, Sumit's leadership. I hope to meet you on a future trip to India. So if you're not visible, right? I hope, do you see that, everyone? And this is not even coming from Hyderabad or Bangalore or Mumbai. It's coming all the way from New York, guys. You can check the visibility, what people have when you post on something and all, right? People talk about you, people see you, people notice you. And this is right from New York, guys. It's not easy. Michael Stelwagen is a very big person. If you see that in the PKF, he's a partner in financial services. So these guys coming there with PKF and all, and he has been managing director and also you can see the profiles, right? So these are all top people who have just kind of pinged me and all. So you can imagine like placing and all is, मतलब ये तो हम लोग रोज का काम है हम लोग का placement and all. But what is important is the game will not be won only by me, right? The game has to be won by both the sides. If you are not open on posting, you're not open to talk about yourself, you're not open on posting about the research which you are doing about tax, about audit, about accounting, how will people know what is your thinking? मतलब आप सोचते क्या हो? आपका कुछ सोच, कोई thought process भी है या नहीं है? मतलब ये बंदे की कोई अलग सोच है या नहीं है? Do you even have opinions or not? Why will I hire a person who doesn't even have an opinion? मतलब who don't even think. And the world belongs to thinkers more than someone who is not thinking at all, right? So we want people to think, we want people to post, we want to see your thinking. And the best platform to check anyone's thinking is on LinkedIn. What do you write? Whom do you follow? What do you comment? What do you like? People are noticing each and everything these days, guys. And that is why I'm telling this is an excellent platform. Not just because today webinar hai, so let's post it. वो तो 110% everyone should do that. There's no doubt about it. But after today's posting, don't stop. Keep on writing about it. Keep on learning about it. Keep on talking every 3-4 days. Because like I said, I want to close this webinar with only one liner. The most important thing is discipline, because motivation is like a thief. It will be there only for one day and tomorrow it will not be there. And you don't want to be a person, अच्छा आज mood हुआ तो webinar attend करूंगा, tomorrow there is no mood, I'll not do it. अच्छा आज mood है तो I'll post on LinkedIn, tomorrow I'll not do it. World doesn't move on mood, world move on consistency, world move on discipline. So my request is to be disciplined, my request is to be consistent. So be consistently doing each and everything and repeat that every damn day. You will obviously become successful like that. Okay, thank you so much everyone. It was great talking to each one of you. 2 hours is a huge thing. Sabitra, to be honest, it's a highly unattentive environment, attention deficient economy. 15 सेकंड भी लोग सुनते नहीं है, and I'm really proud that you guys were there like almost 2 hours 5 minutes. I think Sabitra had kind of he factored 1.5 hours. So thank you so much, Sabitra, to being there for almost
Thank
2
you.
hours,
Thank you,
above
Shrikant.
2 hours. So really appreciate, and I hope the attendees, you had a great time. You can follow Sabitra on LinkedIn. You can follow me also on LinkedIn and all, and let's connect. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, marketing team,
Thank
for
you,
hosting
Arjun.
this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.